welcome to my store.
Hello.
Okay, so this is our second shot at this video because the boy lost the other ones on the iMovie and we've had the request for it. So this is setting up the land hermit crab tank. We got the video where we made the container. So we got the two panels in there, one end for fresh water, center area for the cocoa husk fiber stuff, and that area for the salt water. Those are the filters. Now you do realize you got them running on a bucket of water and one was fresh water and one was salt water.
Oops.
What's in the bucket?
Salt water.
Salt water. So you just destroyed the freshwater bacteria.
Because they drink the salt. They drink the fresh water, so why would you want bacteria?
The bacteria in the filter to keep their drinking water fresh. Like the reason for these filtration
Can I
systems.
start?
Well, we have started, son. Okay. So what my boy's gonna do?
Maybe should I put this salt water back in, or should I keep it?
You put fresh salt water in and we'll make it all look pretty. Okay, so he's putting the filter in there. We got a heat pad on the back there. We've got the humidity.
Yeah, it's really warm in there. Because when I was digging it out, it got really, really warm.
Well, they got to thermoregulate, so they go closer to and further away.
There's one in the bucket that I found that's molting.
He's molting?
Yeah, he's really, that's him. He was really soft, like it went to poke him, kind of. Oh, I don't see him. He's not there.
Well, why didn't you leave them separate so you could remember which one it was?
That one.
Oh, yeah. Like this one's just freshly molted. Basically what they do is they burrow down into the substrate and then they molt. So what we'll do is we'll put them back in a burrow. Okay, so he's dumping the water in that side. You're going to have to get more water.
Not much, because you put the rocks. They displace.
And now he's dumping the water in the other side. And then what he's going to do is he's going to build up a ramp of the rocks and things like that so that the hermit crabs can go into the water and then climb up out of the water. Get onto the dry area. So you can use like two bowls, one fresh water, one salt water. The salt water is for the hermit crabs to carry around in their shells to keep their gills moist. And the fresh water is for them to drink because, well, you can't drink salt water. Okay, I think he's alternating back and forth. We're not sure why.
I don't either.
You don't know why you do things? How am I supposed to know why you do things? Oh, do you remember whereabouts in the tank you found this guy? Was he near the front, near the back? He was in there? Okay, so we'll put him back in a space around there. How far from the bottom was he?
They were really, really close to the bottom.
Really close to the bottom? Well, apparently you need substrate big enough that it's twice as tall as they are above them. So 3 times the depth at the minimum. Wonder if you gave him earrings at this point in time, it'd harden up around them. But you can see the color's different.
Yeah, it's lighter.
Yeah, and it feels soft like, got a little bit, like a grape skin. Okay, so he's putting this together. Building up the rocks. I'll probably adjust it later just in case, but they can climb pretty good. They can climb up like a 2x4. They can climb up the side of that 2x4. If you're collecting them on the beach and you put them in your pocket, they pinch you as they climb up into your pants pocket, up your pants, and then they grab your belly. That hurts pretty much right away. Okay. So now this is coconut fiber. You buy it at the garden center greenhouse and you add water to it. It's compressed and dried when you get it. So if it goes stinky on you, you can just wash it out, pour the water off run it through a basket and net. It's kind of coarse and fibrous. It's a good replacement for peat because it's a renewable resource. It's not like peat that takes a long time to build up. This is just ground up husk of coconuts.
Would you like to put them back in the drawer?
Why are you packing it down?
Because it was really packed down?
It was packed down just by itself and...
Shut up.
Yeah, you don't have to pack it down.
We'll put them in.
Well, no, you got to put it all in, and then we'll build a burrow for him, and then we'll put it loosely over the top of him, because remember, he has to climb up out of this. There's an old leg.
This is kind of what it looks like. Well, never mind.
Yeah. Well, it's fibrous. You wet it, and then, of course, it'll settle for you. Isn't he cute? Smile pretty, Aaron. Come on, dimples. Okay, so that's the first bucket. Second bucket, along with sound effects. Side effects?
Sound.
Hang on a second, hang on. Okay, there was see, this is the old shed leg. Never seem to find whole great big parts of the body.
You decompose.
I don't know. Maybe they stay down there until they're really hard and then they can eat it. Because I know they do eat it, if you put a lobster skeleton or something into a tank with shrimp and stuff, they'll eat it. Or if you put it in with other lobsters, things like that.
We're going to have to pat it down if we're going to fit it all in.
Well then don't fit it all in, we'll put it all more back in when it gets patted down. So there's what she's looking like so far. Of course you're going to need more water on both sides because your displacement theory didn't work out quite as well as you suggested. Okay, so what are you doing now, son? Just kind of leveling it off?
Making it so that there's enough that they won't have to climb over the edge.
Okay. So then, you said he was about here.
No, I did.
You said he was about
over
here.
there, and then I saw you put him there, and that's why.
Well, I set it down. So we'll dig a hole. Which way was he? That way?
I don't know.
Was he that way or that way?
I don't know.
I would assume he was kind of that way. So then we'll just fill it in lightly. Okay. So now put the food dish.
They dug that in.
Oh wow, they cleaned that right out there. Oh, they like to chew on things. Maybe they need a bit of cellulose in their diet. Did you know that plecos need lignum?
What's that?
Lignum is a plant fiber found in wood. So if you got a pleco, you need to give him a piece of wood in his tank. If you don't have a piece of wood, he doesn't do as well. Okay. Putting in a few pieces of coral and stuff. That's another source of calcium for them. They can chew on that. See, the coral is calcium carbonate in an aragonite form. Oh, we're at 9 minutes and 3 seconds. We'll have to stop this one, and we'll see you in a minute.